Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mina and this is going to be the start of another reading vlog. This is going to be the first part in a short Star Wars reading vlog series. So I mentioned this in my last video, but one of my goals just in general is to read more canon Star Wars books. If you don't know what that means, canon is basically a term within like fandom universes to mean that it is part of the actual franchise, the universe. It's considered to be like part of it and not like fan fiction, if that makes sense. So there are like hundreds of Star Wars novels and comics and things like that out there, but there's only like a select few that are recognized as being actually canon or actually part of the Star Wars franchise. Those other books that were written are technically considered to be like fan fiction and not officially part of the Star Wars series. So I am trying to read more of the canon stuff, and I picked up in one of my vlogs during Winterween the original Star Wars trilogy novelizations. So this has all three of the first Star Wars novelizations, which is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So those are the three original films. I am starting in this vlog with A New Hope, which is the first Star Wars movie and the first Star Wars book, and I'm going to continue along and do like one separate vlog for each of these three novelizations, so this is just like the first part. I also really want to kind of rewatch the Star Wars films as I am reading through the novelizations, just because I think it would be a nice point of comparison for me to see like what are the differences, what are the similarities, are there any like added tidbits in the novelizations that we don't get within the films, is there any like extra insight into the characters' perspectives, things like that. So I probably won't watch the movie today, but I think somewhere within this vlog, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, I will rewatch A New Hope and give you guys my thoughts on the differences. So that's the plan for this reading vlog. I did start reading. I am about 50 pages in now to A New Hope, and I have to say that I am struggling a little bit. So I didn't know that these books were not written by George Lucas, because it does say by George Lucas here, and I know he created the Star Wars films and the screenplays, and like the whole concept of Star Wars is his. However, the people who wrote the novelizations were not George Lucas. So the guy that wrote A New Hope, I found out his name is Alan Dean Foster, and I was like, wait, that name sounds very familiar. So I looked it up and I realized that he is the same author of the novelization of the Alien book. So I did read that a while ago, like years ago, and I remember like not enjoying that book because of the way that it was written and the fact that there were really no differences between the book and the film. I felt like I was just reading a written version of the film. So when I found that out, I was like, that kind of makes sense. I don't really care for this author's writing. It's just super dense and it's hard to get through. So that's just like my initial criticism. I do want to talk to you guys a little bit more in detail about my thoughts of the first 50 pages when I go out. I just have to do a couple of things like run some errands, and then I will be home a little bit later. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit and give you more cohesive and in-depth thoughts. But yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm about to order myself a Starbucks, even though my stomach doesn't feel great, so this is probably not a good idea. But to be honest, I just try to take advantage of the times that I do leave my house, which is not very often. So that's why I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna get myself a grande though, not like a large. I also got myself some French fries to snack on. Again, I got a medium because my stomach, I don't want to like upset it anymore. But I also just really want to try a new Starbucks drink. Okay. I think this is the one. my god. They don't have the cold brew. Okay, like almost all of their cold brews are sold out, which is okay. I was really gonna get, oh no, they do have the vanilla sweet cream, but whatever, I'm not gonna get that. We're gonna try something new today. I really wanted to try the honey almond milk cold brew, but I'm not a huge almond milk fan in my coffee. I feel like it doesn't provide enough creaminess, and it tastes very like flat to me in coffee, so I don't think I'm gonna get that. I think I'm gonna do a latte. They have this iced pistachio this iced pistachio latte, and that sounds really interesting because I do like pistachio flavoring, especially like pistachio ice cream, so maybe I'll get that. But again, we're just gonna get a medium. I don't know, I'm scared. I hope it doesn't suck. I'm gonna add extra ice because I really like cold coffee. 4 pumps of pistachio sauce. Regular salted brown butter topping. What does that mean? Brown butter topping modifier? That's a very interesting. Heavy cream, whole milk. I'm gonna do whole milk. I'm not gonna do half and half this time. But I wish you could like say like extra milk. Why can't you do that? It's weird. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I will be right back, you guys. Okay, you guys, so I got my drink and I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. This is what it looks like. Let me tell you what I ordered. I ordered an iced latte, and I decided to add 2 pumps of the pistachio flavoring into it. I was gonna get the pistachio latte, but then I was like, let me just get a regular latte and add a little bit of pistachio. And then I added 2 scoops of vanilla bean powder because I do like vanilla. So I'm hoping that works, like vanilla and pistachio, I don't even know. And then I got half and half instead of like whole milk. So we're gonna try this. I also got extra ice. It has like some settled pistachio syrup on the bottom, so I'm just trying to mix it so that it's not all just like stuck on the bottom there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first like thing that I tasted was literally just a regular latte, like I normally get, and then I got an aftertaste of pistachio. It wasn't bad, but I don't know if I would get it again. It kind of has like a buttery taste to it. I don't know if this is just like the half and half, but I'm not really getting like the pistachio flavor. I don't know, this lighting is atrocious. This is why I don't order things that are different from my regular order. But I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about, wow, the lighting here is horrible. Maybe I can just like turn around and go in the other direction. Okay, so this is much better lighting, but I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about the first 50 pages of A New Hope. As I said before, I feel like the writing style is kind of taking me a little bit to get used to, and it's making me read the book a lot slower than I probably would. I'm like really thankful for the fact that I've seen this film before many times, so the fact that I can like picture all of the things that are going on has helped me to literally understand what's happening. I think that if I did not watch this movie and I was just reading this book as a book, I would be like, what the hell is happening? Like, this writing is too dense, it's too complex, it's too wordy. It's like an unnecessary type of denseness, and it almost comes across as like pompous white man trying to write a very like intelligent sci-fi novel. And to me, that's not like what Star Wars is, so I feel like the writing style kind of clashes with the fact that this is Star Wars, but whatever. Aside from the writing style, I am enjoying obviously reading the book and like envisioning the film scenes as they're happening. I do like that we are getting more of insight into the characters' perspectives and their minds, things that we would normally not get from watching the film. For example, there was like a scene with C-3PO and he's like obviously in the desert of Tatooine in the beginning of the movie, and he separates from R2-D2 and he wants to give up. I'm trying to remember if like, I know if this scene happened in the film, but in the book he was like contemplating like just like giving up and basically like dying and not like going forward, and we didn't get that in the film. I'm pretty sure like we did not hear him talk about that or like see that. I have to rewatch it and see like all of the little intricacies, but that was like super interesting to read that. And then we also got an extra like deleted scene with Luke and his friend Biggs, who is a character that comes towards the end of the film, but basically he was a friend who went to the academy and now he's interested in joining the Rebel Alliance. And he's talking to Luke and he's kind of like, this is what I want to do. I want to be on the right side of this situation. I don't want to support the Empire. I don't want to support the people in power that are corrupt. And we can see like how this kind of instigates and probably like influences Luke to want to be part of the Rebel Alliance. Like I know that he wants to do something with his life more than just like be a farmer. So that seed was already in his mind, but that conversation that he has with Biggs kind of shows like a motivation for him wanting to really join the Rebel Alliance. So I thought that that was interesting as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I have to pick up some things for my mom and then drop some things off at my sister-in-law's, and then I'm gonna go home, read, cook dinner, all of that stuff. I also just really wanted to show off my awesome new sweatshirt because I am like so pleased with it. It is this adorable Magic School Bus space tour t-shirt with all of the planets and the Magic School Bus, and I absolutely love it. I ordered it from a website that was advertised to me through Instagram, so it was a little bit, I was hesitant to order it because I don't normally just like click on ads and like buy from any random website, but I really wanted it. It was also kind of pricey, so it was a bit of a splurge for me. But if anybody's interested, this sweatshirt is from desertdreamer.com. I think that's the website's full name, but that's where I ordered this from, and I just think that it is super cute and super comfortable and I absolutely love it. So I will check in with you guys later when I have more reading updates for you. Hello friends, it is now the next day. It's Tuesday and I am at page 100 of A New Hope, so I wanted to give you guys just a little bit of an update. I am now at the part where Luke has already met Obi-Wan and they're kind of discussing the two of them going off and fighting for the rebellion, going to Alderaan, and responding to Leia's holographic message. So that's like where I am in terms of the plot. And I am enjoying it. I think, as I said yesterday, it's taking me a little bit to kind of get used to the writing style and the author's like use of like very intense vocabulary that literally nobody knows and you have to go into the dictionary just to find out what the word means. Like, I feel like that takes away from the enjoyment of the experience, and I think only because I love Star Wars so much and I love these stories and these characters is the reason why I'm like sticking around and continuing to read. Because I feel like if this wasn't Star Wars, I would probably DNF this book. I'm not even gonna lie, just based on like the writing. And I feel like I'm being very critical on this author's writing, but it's only because I did read another novelization written by him and I really did not enjoy that experience either. So I'm finding that this author's writing style just like is not for me. One good thing though is that the other two books in the trilogy are written by other authors, so I don't have to like suffer through the same writing style, hopefully, for the next two books in the trilogy. So that's kind of exciting, but I do think that it's a nice experience to be able to read Star Wars as opposed to watching it. I think I am going to probably watch the first movie tomorrow. I was gonna wait until like after I finish reading the novelization, but I really want to see like while I'm reading it what the similarities and differences are, what extra information is given here in the book. So I think tomorrow will be the day that I watch that. So that'll be exciting. In terms of things that are different between the book and the movie from what I can see so far, obviously that scene that I read yesterday between Luke and Briggs was something that was not added in the film, at least in the like movie theater cut. I haven't seen any of like the Star Wars deleted scenes or extras, so I'm not sure if that was like originally part of the film or a part of like George Lucas's screenplay. I mean, I'm sure it had to be because like I don't think this writer would just like make up random scenes. So it probably is something that was like an extra scene that was deleted from the film. So I think that that's really cool that you get all of that extra content in here that the film does not have. And like I said yesterday, just getting into the minds and the perspectives of the characters, kind of hearing their thoughts, that's also a really interesting thing for me, because obviously when you're watching a film, unless you're like literally within one character's perspective for the entire film, which Star Wars is not like that, then you don't really get much of the characters' feelings aside from like what they say to other characters or their actions. So it is a really nice thing to be able to kind of get inside their heads a little bit more. I really liked that. I also thought that it was interesting when we met Obi-Wan and him and Luke were in Obi-Wan's home. They were kind of discussing a little bit about Luke's father and, you know, what happened to him, obviously vaguely because we don't learn that Darth Vader is his father until Empire Strikes Back. So I thought that that conversation was really interesting to read through the book. And I also felt like something that I actually liked that the author included was he kept kind of pointing out the differences between Obi-Wan's like mature age and Luke's very like young age. It was like mentioned like every paragraph pretty much. He would call Luke the youth and he would call Obi-Wan the oldster. And I don't know, something about that kind of worked for me, I guess, just to be able to picture these two very different characters on very different paths in their lives and different eras in their lives. Obviously, Obi-Wan is much older, much more experienced. He lived an entire life and Luke is kind of just beginning, and I feel like that inclusion of like continuously referencing their like age difference really brought that point home. So I thought that that was an interesting point for the author to include. But otherwise, I don't really have any other thoughts. I am going to keep reading today. I don't really have any other plans. I'm home all day. Tomorrow I kind of go back to work. We have like a day of testing new students, so I'm going to be proctoring an exam for students in the evening, and then next week I pretty much go back to like professional development, and then the week after is teaching. So my break is coming to an end, but I'm hoping I will be able to get through at least this and The Empire Strikes Back before I start teaching again. So okay, I will see you guys a little bit later and give you some more reading updates.
Just made myself some lunch. I have some rice and beans and some roasted veggies, cauliflower, broccoli, potatoes, and carrots. So I'm gonna eat that now.
Hello, you guys. I apologize for the bad lighting again. I'm in the car. I'm getting ready to leave. It is the next day. And I do want to say that I am horrible and just like awful at vlogging this time around. I don't know what it is. I think it like is also tied in with my current lack of schedule and routine. I've just been like sleeping. Somebody is blocking my driveway. I've just been sleeping really badly for the past like week and a half. I've been getting up super late. Like I woke up at 10:25, and that to me just, I feel like it ruins the day when you wake up so late, because there's only a certain amount of daylight during the winter, and to me that's like your day. So waking up that late just eliminates so much time, and it just bothers me. I don't know what it is. I feel like I keep waking up in the middle of the night, and that is what is causing me to it's like disrupting my sleep, and then that's why I wake up so late. But anyway, it's now Wednesday, and next week I do go back to somewhat of a routine. I don't start teaching again until February 1st. And honestly, as much as I'm like dreading to go back, I think I need that schedule to bring me back to some kind of better routine. So I'm hoping that that will help. That's like one positive of going back to like working for real. And then next week I have a bunch of like professional development meetings and things like that do take place during the morning hours. So again, I have to be up. So I think that that will also help me ease into a better sleep schedule. But here's hoping. Anyway, I am like rushing right now. It's like 11:30. I just got ready quickly. I'm gonna go to Petco. I have to pick up some things for the cats. I'm gonna pick up some breakfast for my husband and I. There's like this place next to Petco that he loves, so I'm gonna get something from there. I might get Starbucks again, and like hear me out. I'm only getting it again. I was like telling myself after Monday's Starbucks, no, I'm not gonna get Starbucks until like the weekend or next week, because I just wasted $5-6 on a drink that I didn't even like and I didn't even drink. But because it was such a bad experience, I don't even want to count Monday's Starbucks. So I think I'm just gonna be annoying and get another one today, but like actually get my regular drink. Other news besides that, I haven't really read much in A New Hope. I'm only on page 120. I'm like slowly going through this, but I do want to get a good chunk of this done. I'm home today like cleaning, and I also have this proctoring session that I have to do at 6 p.m. on Zoom. So I'm going to be proctoring an exam for new students, and that usually takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours. So hopefully I can also get some reading done during that time, since I'm just proctoring and not really like speaking or doing anything. So those are the plans, like reading, cleaning. I gotta proctor something at 6 p.m. and hopefully tonight I can watch A New Hope and kind of do comparisons. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I apologize for my poor vlogging quality this time around and the lighting. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I am done with all of my errands. I just picked up my Starbucks. I got a latte today, an iced latte. So much better than what I got with the pistachio on Monday, so we're good. So I'm gonna go home, eat the breakfast that I brought for us, drink my latte, clean what I have to clean, get some reading in, and I will catch in with you guys, I promise, with reading thoughts a little bit later. You guys, it's later in the day. It's now I think 4 o'clock and I'm at page 150, so we are moving along. We've met Han Solo and now they are just coming upon the Death Star, and Kenobi's famous line, "That's no moon, it's a space station," literally just happened. So I am enjoying it. I feel like I've been trashing the writing of this book since I started reading it, and honestly, like, I apologize. Like, I don't mean to be like rude when it comes to my critiques, but I just think, and this was written a long time ago, like obviously this was written the year that Star Wars came out, which was what, like 78 or 79, I'm not entirely sure. So like writing styles are not the same as they used to be, and this book was obviously not written for, like, it's not a young adult book, so I can't really expect the writing to be simplistic and like easy. But I guess just because I'm so obsessed with the films and I just like love the story and I've seen them so many times, it's just kind of like a stark contrast from like being able to absorb the film, like the medium of the film, and then like now reading the book and like struggling to like read through it. I mean, I'm understanding everything that's happening, obviously, but like I said before, I really think that it's because I've seen the films so many times and I understand the story and the characters. That is what's making it easier for me to understand and to actually like visualize what's going on. So yeah, I'm going to, it's like freezing today. I think I'm going to just take a relaxing bath right now. I'm seriously so dreading getting on Zoom at 6 p.m. and proctoring this exam. I know it's not a big deal, but honestly, just thinking about that first like 10 minutes when the students are coming in, and these are all like new students that I don't know, obviously. I hate like introducing myself and like talking to people that I don't know. Like, what kind of teacher am I? Like, I literally hate new people. I don't hate, let me rephrase that. I just don't like the experience of meeting new people, and it's obviously more awkward on Zoom because you're not there in person and like awkward silence is a thing. So dreading that, but let me just relax. I'm probably going to do some more reading before it begins, and then hopefully, like I said, I will be able to read while they're taking the exam. So I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay, so it is much later. It's now almost 9 o'clock and I'm done with the proctoring of the exam. I made burgers for dinner and we ate them. And now I'm just going to relax. I also got up to page, wow, my hair looks ridiculous right now. I got up to page 200 of A New Hope. So I only have like 55 pages left. I'm almost done. And I really, really want to watch A New Hope right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just like lay in bed, watch the movie, and kind of see basically everything I've been reading so far. And hopefully I'll probably finish the book tomorrow and give you guys my final thoughts on it. But I did want to say, for those of you who have never watched Star Wars or who have never read a Star Wars book before, Star Wars is funny. Okay, so like aside from the fact that the story is great and the characters are so interesting and fascinating and just the whole concept of Star Wars is very original and unique, aside from all of these awesome points about Star Wars, it is just also a very funny book or a very funny movie. And one scene in particular, that whole like action sequence when Luke, Obi-Wan, Han, and Chewie and the robots are going onto the Death Star, that entire like sequence there where they're basically trying to run from the stormtroopers and hide, and they're trying to disguise themselves as stormtroopers. It's just like so hilarious, and honestly the book captures it as well as it's portrayed in the film. So definitely props to the author for being able to kind of capture such a fast-paced and comical scene through the writing, because I know that that's not really easy to do, like when multiple things are happening at one time. Obviously in a film you can kind of just cut to the different perspectives and the different scenes, but in a book it's kind of jarring to do that. But for some reason it worked really well in the book, so that was nice. And yeah, I'm going to watch Star Wars now. I'm literally pretending I'm in the movie theater. Woo! Okay, let me stop. My husband's gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Also, I've got a little ninja watching with me. This is your first time watching the original, Ninja. Please ignore the blankets upon blankets of bed.
Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Okay, I'm literally pausing it here because
this scene and that line literally gives me goosebumps every time I freaking watch it. It's just like the combination of the Skywalker theme song and the little like sound effects in the background, and then like Obi-Wan, his expression on his face. And if you've watched the prequels, like before having seen this scene, and then you watch this scene, you know all like the history of the Jedi and Anakin and Obi-Wan's past, their relationship, what happened to them. So there's just like so much depth and like history behind his character that it just like makes me feel a way every time he's like, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. And I just like think back to the prequels. Okay, I'm done with my commentary, but oh, I freaking love that line and this scene. Okay, back to watching.
Hello you guys, it is now Friday and I am here to give you guys my final thoughts on my reading of A New Hope. I actually finished it up last night, which was Thursday, but I didn't really feel like vlogging yesterday. I just was not in a vlogging mindset, so I figured I would just spend yesterday relaxing, finishing up my read of this, and then I would come back today and give you my final thoughts. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible because I started editing this video and it's already like 30 minutes. So I just wrote down some bullet points that I wanted to share with you guys, like my final thoughts on the reading, and I really did enjoy it. I think after watching the movie again Wednesday evening and being able to really see the book come to life through the film was such a nice experience. I know I've seen the movie so many times, but actually reading it and watching it are completely different experiences in my opinion. So I really like the fact that I did go back to the text, read it, and then I was able to kind of see how everything was translated into the film. Even though that kind of leads me to one of my points, which was that if anybody knows how the novelization was written and when exactly, because I think I read somewhere that the book was written or it was published the same year that A New Hope came out, but it was actually published prior to the film's release. So people could actually read the story before having seen the film. I don't know if it was like very popular or how much publicity the novelization got, but I'm just wondering if it came out before the movie was released. Was the writer given George Lucas's screenplay? Did he get like an early screening of the film and that's how he translated it into the novelization? Like, I'm really curious about how that process works, because it's always usually the opposite, where the book will obviously come out first and then the movie will be based on the book. But in this case and in some other cases, novelizations are written from the film. Anyway, that was one of the points that I wanted to mention. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that reading the book, I mean, I've also experienced this when watching as well, but just the whole theme and concept of like camaraderie and like the camaraderie within the rebellion and how close these people are and how much they really care about their cause. That is such a huge theme of Star Wars, and reading it and watching the film, you really do feel that sense of camaraderie right when they're about to go into battle. It's such a strong and intense feeling, and it's one of my favorite things about the Star Wars story in general. I feel like, yes, it's unique, yes, it's sci-fi, and there's so many incredible things going on, but at the surface, I feel like the rebellion really is the story, at least of the original trilogy. So I definitely felt that it felt very like palpable when I was reading, if that makes sense. I also loved how Obi-Wan manifested into the Force after he died during that Darth Vader battle. I know this does happen in the film, but I think more so in the book, we really do see how Luke is feeling about Obi-Wan's death and him not being there anymore. There's a lot more of Luke's internal thoughts about that situation, and I think that that's really important, because even though they only spent like a little bit of time together, Obi-Wan was technically his mentor. He was his Jedi master. So I feel like there is a deeper relationship there than is really explored in the film. and we kind of see a little bit of extra into Luke's insight from reading the book. So I really did enjoy that. And then, did I have any other points? This was just like a random point, but after seeing the film while reading the book, I just again am reminded how powerful and how important music is and how it changes things, because watching the movie and hearing John Williams' score to Star Wars completely impacts the narrative and changes the way you feel. It changes your emotions about certain things. So obviously music is super, super important when it comes to storytelling. And even as I was reading the book, there was no music playing, but I could literally hear the Skywalker theme song. I could hear the Star Wars theme song. All of the different things that I hear when watching the film were kind of in my mind as I was reading, and I guess that just shows like how important music really is when it comes to telling a story or writing a story. So I thought that that was an interesting point as well. But those were all of my thoughts on Star Wars. I loved this experience. I can't wait to do Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, so please do stay tuned for those vlogs. They're coming very, very soon, and I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this. And if you are a Star Wars fan, let me know in the comments below if you've read the original trilogy novelizations or what your favorite Star Wars books are, because I'm always looking for Star Wars canon recommendations, so please leave them below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day today. I will see you guys very soon. Bye!